欢迎收听只有欢乐没有慢热，
只有特色绝对炙热的最佳播客
Sip and Tell。我是常客包子，
我是常客 Khim
And I am the guest for today, Adlina Adil.
This episode is brought to you by Vitagen. Less sugar. Our immunity starts from our guts.
Yes, let's cheers to that.
And
yeah.
we've been sipping on different
Been a while.
Beverages.
beverages. Cheers. Echoes our title, Sip and Tell. Yeah.
Less sugar, really literally
Actually,
less
it
sugar.
tastes.
Wow,
It doesn't taste less sugar.
not so sweet.
Yeah.
Not so sweet, but it tastes great. All right, welcome, Adlina.
Thank you for having me here.
You want to
Yes.
do a short introduction?
Sure. So I am Adlina Adil. I think most of you may know me from Kin Channel 5. I was playing Shira Jamaluddin, the one with the pixie cut, very fierce one.
Oh,
But now long already, yeah?
Long
Long
already.
already. So not so fierce already.
Okay, so actually I was doing research online because today's topic is actually about nightmare. Right, nightmare. What kind of nightmare? Renovation nightmare. Yeah. So I don't know. I should say unfortunately or fortunately, like her name pops up from the top of my search. You know, the only artist I can find in Singapore that has done a renovation. That she had been through some struggles during her renovations. So that's why I approached her. I wanted her to come and share with the audience. The whole process. How was it like? Because technically at some point in our life, we're gonna go through this.
Yes.
Right? Get a new house,
Yeah.
BTO, then we're gonna renovate Yeah, and also like the kind of nightmare. 其实我讲中文。
It's okay, it's okay. I can understand a bit.
Yes, you can
Oh
understand.
yeah, she actually did Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Right.
school.
But I failed, but it's okay. I still understand
Just
a bit.
naturally, like I just switched over to Chinese.
So if suddenly you all talk about me, I understand. Talk bad.
Careful.
Yeah, so actually, according to what I've read online, according to the Consumer Association of Singapore case, the complaints against renovation contractors actually rose by nearly 50%.
Wow.
From a year before, which is like there was only like 869 complaints in 2020, but in year 2021 there was actually 1,300.
Jeez.
So it's actually quite
That's a lot.
relevant.
Maybe it's
yeah.
also like COVID related. Like not enough manpower.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
can
true.
be a thing.
Because 2020 and 2021 is actually the COVID lockdown period, and
Yeah.
all the foreign workers
Workers went back home
cannot come
or
in.
whatnot. Yeah. So we were. Let's talk to Adlina
Yeah,
about
yeah,
your story because I'm very curious. Bunz said you researched and she's the only artist that popped up with.
Maybe I'm the only one who want to share it.
Yeah,
There are a lot-
maybe.
There are a lot of like really jialat reno stories, but from my artist friends like she's the only one who has experience. Yeah.
Can you share with us that journey?
Okay, I think the one you're referring to is the flooding, right?
Yes.
Flooding?
Yeah.
In the house?
kind of flooded. So me and my husband, we were quite particular with the whole reno process. Like we were almost every day, and plus we stayed nearby. So almost every day we will come down in the evening to check out the progress. So there was one night we didn't come down to check on the reno. Okay, the next morning then we came by. So when we came by, actually before we came by, the ID called us.
Okay.
And I said, hey Adlina, your house flooded. My contractor come in. It's all wet, like almost whole house is all flooded. What happened? Then I don't know. We didn't come down last night, right? So we straightway went down. What my ID contractors did was that they just laid like the cardboard. They just put over to try and soak up as much of the water lah. So he was telling me just now earlier on when they reached, it was worse, but it was still like puddling ponding kind of thing, right? So we went in, we check out. So the whole, basically the front half of the house, which is right now is the common room and the master bedroom area, all flooded. Okay?
Oh no.
So what happened, we found out was that at that time our toilet haven't finished reno yet.
Okay.
So they pulled the water pipe from the master bedroom toilet to come out at the master bedroom corner, one of the corner there. So they pull one pipe down, there's a basin there.
Okay.
So the guys before is actually not my ID contractors. is I call a third party one to do windows.
Okay.
So they came down to do the windows. They on the tap. They never switch off. So it was left running overnight lah. Yeah. So by the time they reached, it was flooding. My ID contractor only put a cardboard. What me and my husband did, we decided to like, because the floor just do it. So I scared like if the cement haven't
dry yet.
Yeah, we don't know how long it takes to set. It was about 1 week, I think. We just did the flooring. So we quickly go to mama shop downstairs. We buy mop lah. We buy that you know the people clean the
clean
window,
window
the
one.
squeegee thing, right? Then we buy, then we push all the water out lor. Then at that time also, because we originally it was the living room, we were gonna build a wall to make it into a common bedroom. So that got the partition, right? It was all leaning right where the flooding was.
Oh shit. Okay.
So about like maybe I don't know, like 10% of it at the bottom were all like
wet.
Yeah.
Was it affected?
My ID said I will check if really cannot use, then the other contractors have to compensate. And then the funny thing was that window contractor actually he was very nice. Like all along when we spoke to him, he was very nice. But then when we asked him about this, I think you can sense he a bit
Defensive.
like scared.
Scared.
He macam like don't want to. His
Take the
reply suddenly a bit
responsibility.
slower, and then but he did say lah like if anything damages, anything wrong in the future, because my door frame also kena soak a bit because the door frame haven't like varnished everything yet. So he said if any damages in the future, you just let me know. I will compensate lah.
Okay, like, at least he's nice about nice about it. Oh dear.
But just the reply macam a bit slow. Then me and my husband, he trying to siam ah.
But did you guys in the end sort of pursue on that matter? Or
We
no?
didn't.
Were there major problems after that?
Luckily don't have.
Thankfully.
Luckily don't have.
Yeah.
Because for this, like, there weren't any damages like at that instant, right? Because for us, water damage maybe 1 year later, then we will see something lah, right? And so far we stay there, it's been okay. So that's why we couldn't tell him like, hey, you pay for the partition, hey, you pay for my new door frame, because my ID said like still can use, still okay. Right? So we didn't pursue anything lah. But I think if really my ID tell me the partition cannot use, then of course we would have pursued.
Did you guys like sort of also sign off like some form of contracts?
Don't have it. I mean with the ID, like the
ID
standard
have
contract lah. But this one, the mistake was not done by the ID side.
The third party one, you never signed anything.
We didn't.
Wow, but actually like that also quite dangerous. Because there's a lot of cases, right? Because there's no, it's only a verbal agreement, and you don't have anything that's black and white. So even if you want to pursue, if that person really want to siam,
You
nothing you can do about it. You can siam because you say, oh no, I never do it. No, I do one.
The other one was my toilet sinks. Okay. So the toilet sink, we were sourcing for one that looked more macam like natural cement concrete look. Okay. Then I don't know why in Singapore it's damn difficult to find. The only ones I found were like the clean porcelain kinds, but coloured lah. So I found one company only does that. So their items, right, their sinks are made in South Africa, and then they bring down Singapore.
Oh, that's like one really piece. Kind of
so
thing,
the cement is like they use coloured cement.
Okay.
So you still get that cement look, then you have like very nice colours. So we like, hey, the size all perfect. But expensive. Say, you wanna buy or not? But it's only the only brand we see in Singapore that we can find, right? So okay, just do. Okay, do. So the lady who sent me the things is the owner herself. So she's like, then she didn't know who I was until she Googled me. I think after I made the purchase, then she go and Google me, I think. Then when she come to deliver, right, then she said, hey, I didn't know who you were. Then after that she said, then she give me, so she very nice. She me like, maybe you can help if you can like post a picture or what. She said, then she give me some like extra the wax and stuff lah. Then she teach me extra how to take care of the sink and everything. She said, but one important thing about this sink, because of the material, it's porous. So you cannot soak the sink overnight. He says, so standard sinks, right, in order for the contractor to check like somewhat like waterproof the thing.
They will put water inside.
They put water like overnight. I said, this one cannot do that. Say, but I have the installation guide here. Okay, so she give the paper. And then I say, okay, I will inform my ID. So I tell my ID, hey, by the way, this our sink cannot anyhow install. so it's like a standard on the tabletop. They put the silicone already. So but they need to check whether the silicone got leaking or not ma. But I guess because you cannot soak overnight, maybe it's like once dry already, then you try it lah the next day, right? So I tell my ID, do that. Okay. So I know he's going to install that night. So I saw the contractor there also to install the sink. So I purposely say in front of him, by the way, this one cannot soak one. I don't know lah. She tell me got a lot of things, but you see from the manual, say how to install the sink. Yeah, okay. Then I see he like take and he talk the contractor. And sekali the next day I come, they soak overnight. Because when I came in, the sink was filled with water.
How hard is it to follow instructions?
How hard is it to understand?
I give you the paper leh.
How you really cannot?
So I don't know whether this is the ID or maybe the contractor is macam like
To understand.
no, the contractor maybe I do so many sink already, nothing wrong.
maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't
Some
know.
people, especially the older the older men they think I hate the whole
Ego already.
the ego thing. I eat salt more than you eat rice bullshit. Sometimes just follow instruction lah. Huh?
Yeah.
You got the money to pay.
That's why you do so many things, but I'm sure you never touched like the cement one like mine before. Or maybe if you have, maybe like different color. But my color like can see so when we drain the water, there's that water line around the whole sink.
That's...
No.
For both toilets.
But you also never asked for compensation.
I didn't.
But how you hold
expensive leh your sink.
Yeah.
But how you are so calm? Like,
That one I damn sian. That one I really damn sian. I look at it, I like, should I ask compensation or not? Like, forget it lah. Like, you compensate, then I have to wait for my sink for like 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then like we want to move in already. Then I think, isn't it also mafan for them to take out the sink? And then what if like they take out sekali, got some problem again, hit the tile crack. My head
That really
wet
might
lah.
happen. Really,
Yeah.
really, it's
Yeah,
possible.
like,
No.
But what would be your like? Okay,
Ultimatum.
if you do this, you guys really just get out my. Would there be anything?
I think if like really the thing cannot use maybe if during the installation, if there's a crack in the sink, I would have definitely asked for compensation. But if it's a stain, there was also at the back of my head. Over time we use also, it will like season and age, right? So I think I can live with this.
But I think end of the day, you still very nice because you never really tell the ID to
Give them hell.
Yeah, give them hell. I mean, there's so many IDs in Singapore, but there's gonna be good ones and bad ones lah.
Yeah.
Then how you find your ID?
I found mine. One of those like renovation sites. I forgot which one. Then
Like property guru, there you go there and choose.
like what Renopedia or don't know what,
Renopedia or
that kind of
I
thing.
think when I was doing my research, I think it would sound like Reno Talks and forums and also like that.
Ah.
So I said then it's not I searched on that. Sekali I saw on Facebook they had some promo thing going on.
Ooh.
So you just key in your email to get more info on the promo.
Yeah.
So I key in email. And then after that, I got a reply saying that, okay, we have your information and then we will get our IDs to contact you, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm like, I just wanted more information while you all take everything.
Okay.
All these are scam ones.
Yeah.
You send one time, they email you already.
Then straight away, that day itself, the next few days, different ID firms contact me and then they were asking me, to send in the floor plan, what's my design I want for the house and everything.
Oh, wow.
Then I figured, since contact already, just
go
try
with
lor.
it lah.
So do you meet a few to decide or you just...
Yeah, so at that time, when I signed for the house, it was, the next day was circuit breaker. Okay?
Oh!
But that one
Okay.
signed only, haven't get key.
Okay.
So got 3 months extension after that. So by the time the house ready all, I think we still, I can't remember, but all my meetings with the ID was on Zoom. I don't think it's the lockdown already lah, but I think everybody was work from home time. Yeah. So all from Zoom then we talked to several different types. We got those the hipster looking ones, and the very more like very typical basic reno companies, right? So in the end, we find a very like hipster one. They do very nice work. I really like their ideas and stuff, but very expensive.
Okay.
It's very expensive. So in the end, we went
What's
for
the name of the
basic
company?
one. The one I went for?
Yeah, what was the estimate?
Which one? Wait, different question.
Hipster one.
The hipster one, yeah.
The hipster one,
The
I
hipster
think
one.
it was that first quote was about 70 plus K already.
For
How many-
room.
4 room.
And I redo everything. We
Oh.
do floor. We changed pretty much the layout of the house
Okay.
as well. Like we flipped the houses around.
Do you all like sort of hack any like walls? Or
Yeah,
any-
got.
I heard hacking is
quite a lot.
expensive.
Yeah.
Is it?
Was it?
Actually, I look at the code. Hacking still okay. Is the carpentry is very
I
expensive.
see. Maybe their craftsmanship really is like very good kind. That's why they.
maybe.
70K for 4 room. But 70K, to be honest, if you put it into context, depending on what kind of style lah, I guess you're going for, it can feel quite expensive or it can be reasonable. If you are going for something that's
Depends,
very
yeah,
like
Depend.
you know,
I mean, if you redo the whole
Whole
house,
thing,
70, I feel still okay. But you must remember, every reno experience, right? They always quote you that first at 70, and
After
then
they
throughout the
pass,
process,
pass. Because they ask you go choose furniture, ask you choose the
Yeah.
type of wood you want,
Right.
the
then
sink you
yeah,
want.
then
Wah,
the flooring
yeah.
you choose. Oh, sorry, this one not in our code one. This one you must pay extra.
so all the hidden top ups are. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Hidden top up.
Because ours also, I think end up we top up another 15K or something.
From the initial quote.
So don't mind how much you exactly spend in your rental.
total minus furniture lah, it's about 65.
Wow.
If I'm
That's
not
also-
wrong. If I'm not wrong.
A lot, like, I think for BTO this day and date, because BTOs are not huge now, like not big units now, to spend this amount is really a lot.
But mine is a resale.
Or resale,
that's why got
okay, resale I think is reasonable.
The
because
wiring
it's
all
bigger.
must like
Redo.
redo.
No
and
wonder.
stuff.
Yeah, resale I think is reasonable.
So end up you didn't choose the hipster one, right? You choose the
Yeah, I choose like a basic
one.
based on code.
Okay.
Yeah,
based on
based
code.
on quote.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to be realistic about our
Yeah.
budget also, right?
But anything else that during the reno process that you actually encountered that's quite, you know,
Unpleasant.
Like unpleasant.
Yeah, because just now Kim was sharing like the mistake that the contractor did, right?
Yeah.
And then the ID macam like defend the
Yeah,
contractor
yeah.
a bit. Then I was reminded of our experience
Oh.
because I got a resale. So the previous owner, the aircon unit, they told us is quite new. It's macam like maybe 2-3 years old only.
okay.
Yeah, so we figured, but it was like different systems.
Oh.
So we wanted to redo like the whole house one system, right? So we didn't want to use the old one. So I talked to my husband, and after that he said, I think my sister don't mind the aircon unit. He
Okay.
said, then we call our aircon guys to bring it down
Transfer.
Then we tell him, okay, tomorrow you can come down and take. Because our contractor brought down the aircon already.
Okay.
So the next day they came down. They say, the unit not there. Where is it? Then I like, what you mean? Because I already took my ID, my contractor coming down to take. Then
That
don't have.
means
They throw away.
so they throw away or they
Don't know. Nobody want to admit.
Oh my god, can I tell you one thing?
What?
what?
Their
They go and sell, is it?
yeah.
I got a feeling
Their,
also.
their workers, right? Sometimes they will assume you don't want when you take things down, then they sell. Yeah. So highly likely it's like that,
Yeah.
but they don't dare to say.
I got a feeling.
But like that, can't you? Oh, but you cannot pursue also.
Yeah lor. Because it
No
was.
CCTV.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
no
ours.
CCTV,
It's not ours.
Technically, yeah.
Then like when I asked, but the irritating thing was that when I asked the ID, where is it? The last people who were in the house is your contractor.
Yep.
Right? Then he said, I don't know. I call my man, ask. Then call already, come back to me and say, they don't know.
My man
Nobody
don't know.
see. Then I said, how can nobody see? Like,
It was such a big thing. It's an
Yeah.
aircon unit.
it was like 2 or 3 units, then got that condenser thing.
condenser.
Also like,
How can it be just gone like that?
Yeah, oh my god.
But you didn't pursue that also.
I didn't. We just keep questioning him. And then he said, because downstairs, when they do the reno, then got the dumpster thing downstairs,
Yeah.
right? So they say like, it's not there. So we don't know where is it. It's not outside the house. It's not in the house. Then I'm
Wow.
like, means it's someone from your side take lah, is it?
Yeah.
And then it's like, I don't know. Then I said, I tell him like, okay, it's disappear already, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, but can you like, I just want someone to admit, just be
give me an
honest and
answer
admit.
on
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't want, nobody admit.
So
But you
annoying.
still use the adif in like
Yeah,
for
yeah,
your.
yeah.
Well, if it's me, I think I would.
But because the whole reno process kan macam got different, like, okay, if do the hacking one is one
It's one
contractor, do
contractor
carpentry
lah.
another
So they like
contractor.
sub out to different contractors. I
so
see.
that time it was like just finish the hacking that
That
contractor lah.
process. Mm.
Because all these men are under your wing for me. Like
Technically,
So
yeah.
you should sort of take responsibility for you know
Yeah.
the guys you hire. If their integrity got issue one, then who knows?
Yeah.
Then maybe next time you install some of the other things.
Yeah.
You know? Why?
No, I just remember.
You suddenly.
No, my
Okay.
the Renault, right?
Uh.
Our water heater
Why?
also gone.
But that's your own one, eh?
Yeah, our own one. Then they have to remove because they changed the toilet positioning Then gone but that one they compensate us. They paid for everything. The new water heater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, their worker take and sell confirm.
Wow,
So you mean your old one, nah?
Yeah, but when we tan we got the new one because
Yeah, lucky,
hey,
yeah.
hello, where is it?
Yeah.
Then at least the ID still got integrity
lah,
that
but
pay you
very
back.
pissed off because too many things happening already.
So that's why you see sometimes when you get an ID, the ID also hire contractor. Then might as well you hire contractor yourself and do it, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then we don't have the ID's talent in
Okay,
designing.
so my one reason why I took the more basic code, right, the cheaper code, was because the whole house we design is our own design.
Okay.
I got the
you-
house circuit breaker, right? I got a lot of time. Circuit breaker, I take out my sketchbook, I redraw the whole floor plan, and then I do all the reno and layout.
Oh, I think I saw
That's
that
so
that
cool.
floor plan on the article. On the that was
Yeah,
drawn
yeah.
by you, is it?
Yeah. Then
Ah,
I draw, I
okay.
put furniture, I draw my bicycles in. And then after that, so when we contacted the like hipster one, I sent in my drawing. She suggested certain changes, but we still didn't
Went with it
want
lah.
it. So we figured if we're gonna go with our designer, might as well go for a cheaper code lah.
Yeah, lor. It makes more sense also.
Yeah, and also but of course if you're gonna hire contractors yourself, the only downside is you need to spend more time lah. Because must do more research Each individual part of who I'm gonna hire
Carpentry
for the hacking,
who do,
carpentry who do,
who
do piping.
wiring who do, or
Yeah
all those kind of thing. So by getting an ID, of course, you save all that trouble lah.
Yeah, but then still cannot totally 100% trust them. Must really check one leh.
Yeah, let's check.
Unless they done already, then you come there, you got problem, then but you never say.
Sometimes it's not the ID because the ID is also running between a few projects.
Yeah.
So like my house, you know like the beam, right? And then we want this like the arc,
The
the
arc,
curve,
okay.
right, at the corner. So that one they add some sort like a cornice in, and then they plaster everything down. That one, luckily we came that day they were doing it. We came down in the evening. Then we saw the curve. Wow, it's like bumpy one. And then the curve macam like lopsided also.
Ayo,
Okay.
And then we're like,
cave
where can where can like this? It's so
Ah,
ugly.
Yeah.
And then but the contractor see macam like,
Okay,
nothing
it's
wrong.
like
What? So I call my idea. I say, where can I say it's jalan. Then I send him photos. Then the next day we were there. He scolded the contractors lah. And then he said, no lah, cannot that, must move, blah, blah, blah. Then they redo everything. Never charge us additional cost lah.
they shouldn't lah.
Yeah, but that's the thing with IDs. I find that they always say, Nama, this one I don't charge you, or this one I add because the aircon trunking I want to cover it up. So they say, you tell me you want to cover up here, but this side also I cover up for you because I find nicer like that. Never mind, this one I do for you for free. But then in my head it's like, free man, like I'm sure the cost will already
I'm sure
cover
you really
the
Covered lah.
other.
Yeah,
like
so
you
you
already
covered
marked
lah.
up. The
Yeah.
material are not that expensive.
Yeah. So I just
Correct,
like,
correct.
okay.
Yeah, but just now you were talking about the contractors. I just remembered one thing also. Like sometimes you deal with the ID. If the ID is nice enough, sometimes you still okay. But sometimes it's when you deal with the contractor, and some of them they hire. Maybe they are not so educated lah. Wow, really will make your blood boil one.
The way they talk, especially.
Yeah,
because
No EQ one. Yeah.
I remember one incident. I was in my friend's place, so he had a bar top. Then he wanted to do like in restaurant, there's a small window that you can serve the food. So the kitchen from the bar top, so he wanted to do that small window
So cute.
with a sliding door lah. He gave the description, right? End up when the window is done, right? You know how big is the window or not?
How?
The window is about my laptop size.
Oh,
This screen size, Then he was like, hello, I gave you the plan. He go and measure and give
he even give the measurements.
measurements was given. End up, it was like this size. The audience who are listening to us maybe cannot see lah, but it's like a MacBook
Oh my god.
the screen size.
It's macam the person say, oh, you do like the restaurant one lah. You give, the restaurant got that small window.
Yeah.
But
Oh
the
my
purpose
God.
for that, he wanted to do somehow he wanted to do a sliding door so that he can serve food from the kitchen ma. So same thing, he called the ID and asked the ID to come down and see. So the ID come down and see, the ID also like stunned lah, like how come like that? Then of course the ID go and F the contractor lah. Then he fired off that contractor and redid it. But my friend had to pay for additional amendments.
Why? But it's not his fault. Why?
Correct, not his fault. But in the contract, it didn't state clearly. So I don't know whether you guys will read the ID contracts. There's some variation clauses, like if you do changes or things like that, right? You must be quite specific. Like if I did this change, if this is not bound by me, then you have to pay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I will learn from you guys because I haven't reached that stage in life yet.
I also haven't. I just hear stories only.
For new people like us that haven't actually did renovations, and our audiences that decide to get a renovation done, for your new house, whatnot, please read
Look through your contract.
Yes, very important.
Look through your contract because there are some phrasing of that clause, right, can really be very detrimental if, let's say, something bad happens.
Especially if the mistake is not done by you. Yeah, I think that one very important because you want to bear your own cost, right? Like your friend's case, I think it's very, not necessary. Like.
Right, and he really very dulan. Like the time he was telling me about the kitchen space, he really like keep drinking and the idea. Oh yeah, but can feel because every time you want to get your house to that dream state, then when you are dealing with all these problems,
it's very stressful.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we actually also had stories that came in from our audiences lah. So this no names mentioned. No names mentioned, huh? Okay, so this person wrote, "Hello Khim and Bunz. I have experienced a horrible renovation which I wish to share. I moved into this current landed house.
Ooh, rich.
With my family sometime about 8 to 9 years ago. And we had some renovations done here and there. So the backstory is we didn't engage an ID for the house renovation as there wasn't so much of a major transformation needed. So instead, one of my husband's cousin who was living with us self-volunteered to do the house renovation. Not sure why, but we thought that it was a great idea to have him on board with those little renovation skills that I suppose all men have. Okay, to redeem him a bit, he actually worked in the interior design firm, which we thought he could possibly have some experience and also have some contacts with the trusted contractors out there lah. But what a big mistake made. The biggest problem we had was with the ceiling at the rooftop. We wanted a false ceiling to fully utilize the big space. Yeah, it actually looked like it's well done, but when it comes to rainy days, that's when you see the flaws. Ooh. There are parts of the ceiling that leaks water, which is disturbing and scary since we don't know if the ceiling will crumble down or not.
Oh, God.
We obviously wanted a professional waterproofing contractor to fix that problem for us, but the cousin insisted that he knows how to fix it, and that we can probably save some cost. Despite fixing the ceiling twice, we have new parts of the ceiling that drips water.
Aiyo.
Walao. So the only saving grace... Wow, this is funny. The only saving grace was that my cat was entertained by the dripping water. In the end, we found another person to patch up those holes for us, and we didn't experience any leakage problem after that. So if you were to think about it, we could have spent less and if we have gotten a professional contractor from the start. So the lesson learned for me is try your best not to get any relatives involved in your renovation, so you have the top say in which contractors to engage and also to get reliable contractors.
Word.
Yes. Word.
I mean, don't ever get relatives involved.
Yeah,
especially
or friends also lah.
I find it very mafan. At least if it's like an external contractor or ID, right? You not happy, you can really
you're not
give
so
them
paiseh to tell them off.
Yeah, but if your family, then you have to hold back lah.
Yeah.
And I think she a bit
Actually, she's very patient.
patient but silly, because if you have the money to buy landed property, might as well just use the money.
But sometimes people are like that because you are
IT, is it?
correct. You rich, you want to save money, you want to save costs, like that's where they get rich, but
Yeah, but then that's how she got herself into more troublesome
True lah,
situation.
but-
In this whole process, what would you advise new couples or people, new homeowners, before they move into like renovation, getting an ID and all that?
what are things probably to take note of lah, like
Yes.
if you are looking for it?
I think you really have to make sure, like, always check your house progress.
Check in progress.
Yeah.
contract.
Contract is important
Yeah.
I mean, there are some other things that actually I looked up. They were saying that actually the initial payment can be lesser lah, but you can set milestones with your ID. For example, I agreed with you already. I just put 10% down payment first, just to confirm the project. So when the tiling is done, or maybe the hacking is done, or maybe the kitchen is done, like then I give you maybe another 20%. Break down into more milestones if possible. So to every phase, right, you can check in. Okay, done properly.
Got problem, then don't pay.
Yeah, got problem. It's stated in
Yeah.
the contract, because if we are not pleased with this, right, then we can sort of end the contract. I can find someone else lah. So you don't pay them like one shot 70% you pay off already, then end up got problem. Then the person can just like don't care ma. I did my job already. This is what we say. I already renovated for you.
True.
The other things that actually people advise that when you are getting your renovations, right, is to also check your contractor or interior designer whether they are properly insured. If let's say there's something goes wrong, then at least if they are
Company run away.
yeah, actually a lot of case before that there were like reno scams that people you hire them, right, you pay off the deposit, right, then the person disappears. So must do your background research also.
Wow.
Yeah, if you read up online, actually Singapore got quite a lot of cases that people get scammed for renovation. Let's say if you're really going to start your renovation, you can actually go on to Reno Talks forum and do some readings lah on the threads, because some of the threads will have like blacklisted companies for blacklisted renovation contractors or interior designers lah.
Okay.
So at least you can filter out a part of it first.
Yeah. Keep yourself safe.
Correct. But if you really damn sway, then you kena already, and then like some of the contractor run away. But just make sure that I guess keep a proof of what the progress, or maybe the conversation at least. If really cannot, please go and file a police report early. Then at least can get the authorities to intervene early before things get worse. Yeah, I mean that's the worst case scenario, because all the scams that has been happening. I mean, it's really very important for us or for the listeners to do the due diligence, to at least go and do some background research on the companies or the contractors you engage.
Sure.
Actually, I didn't at all, yeah.
So quite heng oh.
Oh, hang.
Yeah.
Lady Luck is by your
My
side.
only research was I checked their IG.
Actually, IG also can be quite reliable these days.
But the IG like damn basic and not very active one.
Oh, is
I don't
it?
know why I still go for them.
But generally, I think Singapore still consider quite safe lah.
Yeah lah, still
It's
not so
just-
dodgy.
Yeah.
I don't know. And nowadays the scam rates are like going
up,
I
yes.
think a bit.
Yeah. So just be more wary, do your research, and hopefully you guys will get a very pleasant, renovation
Renovation process,
process.
yes.
Yeah, with your ID. Find the right ID. Is
All the
important.
best to our audience and listeners. All the best.
Yeah. All right. So with that, thank you very much, Adlina.
Yes, thank you
Yeah.
for joining us.
好的，谢谢大家收听，我们只有欢乐，没有慢热。
只有特色，绝对炙热的最佳播客
Sip and Tell，谢谢你们，See you guys next time。和我们分享你的故事，发送到以下电邮地址 ：share with us your stories. Send in via the email below. advertising.sg@view.com.
View